Robertson here. Oh, hi everyone, it's Ali Robertson here. I just want to say thank you all for taking the time to jump on this amazing training session that we're going to be having with the beautiful Bree today. After our business call that we had with the beautiful Shelby from Solex the other day and gave us some great tips on how to, build our businesses, this session's just going to be next level because it's going to be able to help us step into that and look at the structure that we're in and we move forward with this amazing business that we've got and all these opportunities. So with that, I'm going to hand over to the beautiful Bree and yeah, super excited.
Thank you, Ali. All right. So we'll keep it straight to the point today. I know that our last session was a little bit longer, and that is because we went through the whole document. And yeah, thank you, Debbie, for that incredible session. If you haven't watched that first session that really goes in and breaks down this document that we're going to be using today, I highly recommend. And if you haven't watched also the first original session that Galit ran, all about the foundations of this work and how to get the most out of these calls, really do that. I will just drop the document in the chat now. If you haven't got it, it will just be uploading and then you can download it. It's a fillable document, so you can use it today. If not, don't stress. I will be sharing everything on the screen. You can just use a journal or anything that you want. Like I said, all of the replays for the first two sessions are in our Facebook group. So I'll grab that link for you. If you're not in there, please jump in. We have just started a new initiative, which all of those first two sessions are always going to be there. You're always going to have access to that. And then if you can't make the live sessions on the final Saturday or Friday, depending on where you are in the world, if you can't make that that session, we have a little upsell, $22 a month, and you receive all of the replays of all of the calls. And we have a few extra really epic bonuses, like how to get the most out of it, the foundations training, and we'll have some bonus meditations in there. Take you to the next level. So don't stress, we've got you covered. All of that will be in an email. I'll drop some links at the end of the session, but I want to just jump in straight away and really get to the most of it. How is everyone? Who's been on a call before? Who's either tuned in to either Debbie's session or Galit's session? Is there any takeaways so far? I would love to know where we are. Obviously I won't be going over all of the basics again. That's on you. I'm just going to be going in, really allowing you to get the most out of this document and this session. And then, if there is any gaps that you feel like need to be filled after this session, go out there and listen to the two replays that you have access to. They are amazing. I know that the feedback from everyone who was on the last two sessions has been amazing. Very potent. Yeah, amazing, Bron. Thank you for the feedback. So let us kick off. I am going to do a little bit of a, Bree's heart ponderings, what felt true to be called to be shared in this session, and then we'll go and tuck into the document. So what I see again and again, and I know that you guys, you already have your business, you already have some form of structure, you have your business tracker, and I've seen that from Beck. But a lot of us have no clarity in our business, no true, real clarity. We have no end result clarity. We saw this opportunity of a business and we're like, oh, that seems good. But we don't actually know what it is that we want to create. We're just like, oh yeah, this business is cool, or this business seems good. But it's like, where are we actually going with this business? What is it that we actually desire to create from this business? And from that, there's no way that we can actually have aligned action clarity, because without a target, we can't hit it. And a lot of us are still existing in this problem-solving orientation where we have this business to try to fix or solve a problem that we feel like we have in the now. For example, maybe some of you have suffered with some health things, and then you found Solex and you're like, okay, this is the thing that's going to fix me and my health issues. Or, for example, you want to spend more time with your kids, or you want to have more time or location freedom. And then you found this business and you're like, oh, look, this is going to fix that problem. But what is it that you actually desire? So that's what we're going to be uncovering today. And I know that Debbie went over this in the last session, but we're going to be refining and really aligning with the true end result of what your business is for. And then when you have that target, everything else begins to shift. Most of you right now are probably trying to just throw spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. You see Beck doing what she does, or you see the girls that you follow on Instagram doing what they do, and you're trying to recreate that. You're trying to do that. You've done a random business course and they told you to do this, so you're doing that. And it just feels like you're running on this hamster wheel, doing so many things. Most of you are probably mums. You've probably also got other, you've got work commitments, and it feels like you're just trying to do everything, but nothing is actually happening. Who feels that? Ellie's got her hand up. Yeah. Because we don't have, first of all, that end result clarity. So then we can never have aligned action clarity. These calls, not just today, but every single month, are going to help you define what it is that you're creating in your business. Like I said, because without a target, you cannot hit it. It's like you're just aimlessly floating around, hoping that something will happen, but you don't actually know what it is that you desire. So how would you know that you're actually moving towards it? And like, this isn't a time to get angry at yourself or feel bad about yourself, because this is how most people run a business, or this is how most people do life. But that's why we are here, and that's why we are so passionate about sharing this work, so that first of all, you can know where it is that you want to go. And second of all, we can ensure that you allow yourself to get the action steps from your higher self that are going to lead you from where you are to where you're going. And I know Debbie said this last week, but when you understand this framework, the magic framework, your success is guaranteed. If you receive the wisdom, whatever that obvious action step is, and you take it, and you take the next one, and you take the next one, and you take the next one, it is inevitable that you will achieve what it is that you have desired. It is inevitable that your end result will manifest itself. And we are so sure of that, because that is exactly what we do. That is exactly how we teach. That is exactly the way that we have created our business. It is the way that we are creating everything in our life, because that is the true recipe of manifestation or creation, whatever you want to call it. So what I want to remind you is that the things that come through to you today in these sessions aren't just suggestions. They aren't just things that you might do or you think could be something, or if something really bizarre comes through your mind, it's not random. The things that you receive in these sessions are the key to you moving towards the business that you desire. So what you get, even if it makes no logical sense to your mind, even if it makes your mind boggle, even if it feels like a really hard or tricky or scary thing to do, that is the obvious action. The true recipe. Yeah, thank you. Love that analogy. But this is the truth, it's like these things aren't suggestions. And the thing that must happen if you want to create the business that you desire is that you must get comfortable taking action on them, not dismissing them, not editing them, not saying, oh, but that business course that I did from that person didn't say that that was the action that I should take. You aren't them. You are you. And your higher self, or your superconscious, understands so much more than your logical brain will ever comprehend. So when that comes, I must encourage you with everything that I have. No password for the call, my love. If you just share the link that you jumped on for, they will be able to jump on. Thank you so much for asking. So yeah, you must take the action that comes through. And that's why we have this beautiful document that I'm going to be sharing right now, so that you can, one, have the structure so you know what that action is, and then also receive the feedback from the last month. So as you know, this call only happens once a month. I've popped the lenses document. That's really odd. They should be able to jump on. Erin, hopefully, yeah, if they try again, hopefully they can get in. So this is our incredible business success lenses document. Thank you, Debbie, for creating it. It is amazing. What we're going to do, if you haven't already got it, it is in the chat box. Does everyone have it, or do you need me to pop it in there again? Whoa, what happened here? So this is it's only 10 pages. No, sorry, 12 pages. And this is literally going to be your business Bible. This is going to be the place where you know what the action is that you need to take. And it's up to you. At the end of the day, we can recode your resistance, and we can, put you in the creative structure, and we can do everything that we can do. But at the end of the day, it is up to you to take the information that you receive off these calls and go out there and implement it. And I just want to remind you, this is something that's coming up in my life a lot, and I see it in so many people's lives at the moment. It's like something new is probably going to feel uncomfortable, and it's okay. You don't have to recode yourself until you feel whatever way. You actually get to decide. And obviously that's one of our first choices that we make in this work. I choose to be the predominant creator of my life. That doesn't mean I wait until I feel, sunshine and rainbows about taking this action. It is, I choose to do whatever it takes to create the things that I love, which obviously is this beautiful business that you are running. All right. So everyone's gone over the magic formula. If you haven't and you're not familiar with it, go back to Galit's session, which is in the Facebook group. Please make sure that you're in the Facebook group to ensure that you can access everything. But I'm going to start off on page 9, and we're going to review our month. And so if you weren't on last month's call, that is completely fine. All of us have had a past month. All of us have been running a business for the last month. So what I want you to do is I want you to jump in and fill this out. The document is in the chat box, or you can just journal it in your journal, in a book, on a piece of paper, whatever it is that you want. Otherwise, if you really want to, you can just drop it in the chat box. So my first question is, when you start to think about your business in this last month, what is it that you have created? And don't just focus on, the beautiful things, or don't just focus on the things that have been hard. Allow yourself to really step in and feel like, and if you have the document from last month, you might want to, drop back up to page 7, which are what are the milestones that move me closer? You might have them written down somewhere, and you might want to look and think, okay, what did I create in this last month? And really start to get curious. Really allow yourself to open up and be like, okay, I created, 15 pieces of content, or I had a live call, or, I created oscillation and overwhelm, and I created allowing myself to sit in the feeling that it was too much, or whatever. What is it that you created? All of it. I created connections with new friends, or I created, and this might be a time to actually look at either your business tracker, if you're in Solex, or the lenses from last month. I've created a lot of anxiety around business this month. Big things are coming. Yeah, and this is all just a time to get feedback. Oh, can I get a copy? Of course you can, my love. Let me just upload that file. It will just take a little moment. Beautiful, Erin, and then it will be there. So what are the things that I've created? Good. Well, I don't really like the terms good and bad, but positive, not so positive, and everything in between. Yeah, everything in between. just a time to get that feedback. I've created, 15 new people in my funnel. Whatever it is for you, what have you created? Some of the things that I've created in the last month for my 2 businesses is we've created more clarity on our launch run sheets. I'm in the process of creating a morning ritual freebie. I have created, overwhelm. I've created some really epic sessions and some really creative ways of getting to places so that I could actually run those sessions. For those in the sisterhood, you'll understand. So just taking a little moment to really allow yourself to tap into what it is that you've created in this month of March. And then once you've done that, asking yourself, did I actually complete what I set out to create? And it doesn't, not that it doesn't matter. If the answer is no, it is okay. This isn't a time to start beating yourself up. This is a time of extracting information. This is a place, and this is what I really want you to start understanding in this framework and in these sessions. It's not a time to beat yourself up. It's not a time to be hard on yourself. It's not a time for shame or blame. This is a time to understand where you are, understand why you've done what you've done or why you haven't done what you haven't done, and then really allowing yourself to put in those next steps that are going to allow you to get back into momentum and get back into doing the things that you need to do. So did I complete what I set out to create? And if you didn't jump on this last business lenses, or if you have never had business direction before, you might not have even known what it is that you set out to create for the last month. And that's okay, because that's what these sessions are for. When you guys are done with that one, just give me a 1 in the chat box so I know how fast I can move forward. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, from there, welcome to those who are jumping on. What made the biggest difference in my momentum or my results? So what are the actions that really move the needle? And it might have been, jumping on the call last month and having a clear focus of what it is that you're going to do this month. It might be, starting your morning with an abundance ritual. It might have been finally just ripping off the Band-Aid and doing that event that you needed to do, or, creating the launch plan. Or what is it that made the biggest difference for you to get you into momentum, to start moving the needle, to start that ball rolling? What are all the things that went right? It might be, I posted this content about, how incredible my business is, or how incredible my product is, and 5 people reached out to me. Or, what is it? What actually made the biggest difference? If anyone feels, I'd love to read about it in the chat. If you're just busy filling out your document, that's so fine too. And our next question is, what did I learn? And this doesn't just have to be business. This can be, what are the things that I learned this month? And I would love to hear these ones in the chat box. What have I learnt this last month? Maybe you learnt that your focus creates your reality. Maybe you learnt that, getting out of the problem-solving orientation is the first way to start creating a life that you love. Maybe what you learned was, when I start my morning in love and gratitude and focus, my whole day shifts. What are the things that you learnt this month? Maybe you learnt that showing up online isn't as scary as you thought it was. I'd love to hear a personal one. I'm stronger than my brain sometimes tries to make me believe. 100%. I love that, Chelsea. And that's the thing. And I know this isn't, When we are choosing to be the predominant creator of our life, when we are choosing to be a super conscious creator, what we realize is that we are not just our mind. We are not just our body. We are the creator of it all. And we can start to observe. And the things and the thoughts and the feelings that are happening inside of us don't have to dictate how we show up and the action that we take or the action that we don't take. It just all gets to start be feedback. What I really want you to start to understand and pick up on in this work is that everything is feedback. There's no real thing as good or bad or right or wrong. It is simply feedback. And when you step up to being that super conscious or that higher self you can just take it as feedback and then respond. Consciously choosing my thoughts is the key. I love that. You're learning that I'm showing up more for myself. This is beautiful. Loving that, my loves. And then from there, what am I grateful for? And this box could definitely be huge, So don't limit yourself. But what are the things that you're grateful for? I am grateful for all of you beautiful women on this call today. I'm grateful to be able to share this work far and wide globally. I am grateful for clean water and a beautiful home and to be surrounded by lush green nature. What are all of the things that your heart is grateful for right now? Such a powerful energy to be in gratitude. And like Ali said, that is the key. So when we can start to practice cultivating the emotions and the felt state that we want to be in, we're in it more. And we know that when we vibrate at a certain level, we are so much more magnetic to receiving more of that. And gratitude is such a beautiful and accessible way for us to do that. All right, we've got some more chats. Ooh. No need to be scared. The only way is forward. Oh, I love that. Like the water in the glass, I am the light in my body. And when my body is full of stagnant energy, I can't bring in new, fresh energy with momentum. I need to do the work and clear what is not for me, for my best and not mine, to allow the energy within to flow with ease and grace. Yeah, and just really choosing that whole, your focus creates your reality. So really choosing to focus on the things that allow you to feel the way that you want to feel. Connecting with my higher self and to share my light. Beautiful. This work is so powerful. Connecting to our higher self gets easier. Oh, I love reading all of this. Learning to be in receiver mode. Very grateful. Incredible. One thing I'm grateful for is new friends that are truly supportive and encouraging me to celebrate my success, which is teaching me it's not shameful to be proud of my efforts. Oh, we love. Amazing. And also that's what this community is for. And that's what everything that we do is for, just really celebrating you all in your truth and in your wholeness and in your fullness. And to allow you to continue to step forward into your heart's biggest truth. Because we know, the way that we've been brought up and the way that a lot of the world will continue to try to project onto us is all of the limitations. But we know that we are limitless beings. And that's what this space is. And that's why, after this session, we have a Facebook group. Really drop your wins in there, celebrate each other, ask questions in there so that we can continue to cultivate a community where, it's not shameful to be proud of my efforts, where we can really celebrate each other and build each other up and get into that collective momentum, because momentum is contagious. And when we can share each other, our wins and our feedback and our aha moments, it lands for everyone in a different way. So always use, how do I grow my affiliate business, the Superconscious way? Use that as a space to chat to each other, to create new friends, to really share your wins. And like I said, share any questions or anything that's coming up. I can grab that for you, Erin. I will just grab that now. Thank you for asking. Okay. All right, I will keep going because we've got a bit to get through and I want to keep it as close to a 90-minute session as I can. Okay. Whoa. too many screens are up and I'm losing my mind. Here we go. Our final question is, what milestones that you didn't get to last month must be a priority for this next month? So if you were here last month and you got your nice list of things that were your focus for the month, and you have a look and you've crossed out 3 of them, but there's still 2 there, or whatever it is for you, what is that thing that you've been putting off? It's another way to ask the question. What is that thing that I've been trying to convince myself is too hard or is uncomfortable or is something? Yeah, Ali says following up with my prospects. What is that thing? And I would love to ask the next question under that. What is it that must be a priority? And what is the action that I'm going to take to ensure that I do that? Because it's all well and good to know what we need to do, but when we give ourselves that clear action step of how I'm going to make sure that happens, we cut out all of the room that our mind wants to give the fluff to. You know, it's like when we have a clear, concise, and measurable action step, it's so much easier to get done than to say, I'll just use Ali's example, like following up with my prospects. There's no real defined like when that will be, how I will do that, blah, blah, blah. So that your mind can say, I'll do it tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do it, next Friday when I don't have the kids and this, and the other. And then when it gets to next Friday, oh, I'm busy because I need to clean the house and I need to do this and I'll just do it, next Tuesday or something. Can you see that we leave a lot of gap for our mind to come in and to convince us not to take the action? So when we can really ask that question of like, what is the action that I will take to ensure that that happens? We get something really clear, which is going to cut down the fluffiness that our mind can do. Continuing to fall back to posting static photos rather than showing up on camera. I will win this goal in April. Yeah, just choose it and do it. You've got this, my loves. You have got it. You've got it. You've got it. And then that's the question. It's like, well, what can I do to ensure that I do that? Is it scheduling a Saturday to do a content creation? Is it making is it a morning ritual of just putting your camera in front of you and talking to it? What is it? And asking that question to yourself and seeing what you get. Because that is the thing that we want to start to really impart to you, that no one else has the answers for you. You are the predominant creator of your life. You are the one that knows. Nothing is outside of you. Everything is within. When you start to understand, 1, how to tap into your superconscious aspect, and 2, how to ask powerful questions. And really how to get to a place where, once again, we're not just saying we're going to do something. We have that obvious action step that's going to get us there. All right. So now that we've done our beautiful month in review, what I'm going to do is we're going to do our core 4 meditation on our business choices, or on our core 4 choices, which is, if anyone's on the document page 4, obviously it's on your screen. We will be doing a meditation. It'll be a closed eyes, beautiful meditation. And after that, we're going to lead you through, and for those who are on the call last month, you did this with Debbie, we're going to lead you through your business success vision. And I'm going to let you unpack everything that's there for you, everything that you see, feel, whatever is there, unpack it all. If you've done it before, it is okay, because your vision as the resistance, and as you recode and as you up level, your business success vision is going to evolve, and it's going to bloom, and it's going to grow, and it's going to shift, and that is okay. So after we do that, we're also going to write out your business success true end result. And if you already have one, you can revisit what you've got. It might need some tweaking, it might need some up leveling, and that is okay too. But let's get into it. Let's do this beautiful meditation. And then from there, we will continue to fill out the monthly focus. So when you're ready, taking a little stretch, If you're not somewhere that you're comfortable, take yourself somewhere comfortable, either seated, you can lay down. I wouldn't recommend standing up. You can if you really want to, but that's okay. Take a little wiggle, shake it all out, just really allowing yourself to let what was be, to let any of those aha moments, those, information that you're receiving from this call, just let it all wash away. And if you haven't already, just slowly coming down into stillness. And when you arrive in stillness, I invite you to close down your eyes. And as you close your eyes, allow that to be an invitation to let go even more. Let go of the thoughts that are in your mind. Let go of the to-do list of things that must be done after this session. Let go of everything and allow yourself, and just set that intention to arrive in this moment, to arrive in the here and the now. And I invite you to start to witness your breath, the way that the air flows in and out. And with each breath, setting the intention to relax more and more, using your breath as a way to let go even more. On the inhale, collecting anything that isn't in alignment, and on the exhale, just letting it go. Witnessing as you arrive deeper and deeper here and now in your body, in this moment. Allow yourself to breathe, to be. And just take a moment right now, just purely for yourself. Allow yourself to feel that energy that is in your being. Allow yourself to feel the energy, the prana energy from your breath. Allow yourself to witness the pure magic that it is for you to be here in this moment, existing, being. Just feel into the beauty of that. And if it feels good, I invite you to place a hand or two on your heart space and feel that beautiful pulsing of your beating heart, allowing that to be another anchor into this moment, the here and the now. Your heart can't beat a beat from the past or from the future. It just is here and now, in this moment that is purely perfect, just as it is. And I invite you to allow your awareness to drip down into your heart space. You might use the sensation of your beating heart as an anchor, bringing your awareness down into this golden energy center, your heart, the place that your truth lies. And if your awareness does wander, that is okay. Just bringing it back again and again. This is a practice. This is something that takes time, and you're doing incredible just as you are. Feeling into your heart and just taking a moment to feel, what does my heart feel like today? And there is no wrong answer. Just how you feel is perfect. And now from this space, from your heart, I invite you to choose your first choice. I am the predominant creator of my life. I choose the end result of being the predominant creator of my life. And allow yourself to truly claim it, remembering that you are more than your body, more than your mind. You are the creator of it all. And it is okay. You're not the only creator of your life, but you are choosing to be the predominant creator of your life. And I want you to allow yourself to imagine that you can go to a time and space in the future when you are predominantly creating your life and your business. What is life like out there when you are choosing to use your incredible gifts of being the creator of your life, noticing the way that you show up, noticing the energy in your body, noticing the conviction in your voice, the passion. What is life like when you are the predominant creator of your life and of your business? No longer giving power away to circumstance, showing up fully in your power, in your truth, creating that business that lights up your heart. What is life like and how does it feel? Really getting curious and allowing yourself to connect in with all of the moments that lets you know that this is true for you. Who are you around? What are you doing? What are those people that you're with? What are they saying to you? What is a full sensory experience of you being the predominant creator of your life and your business? And just adding in whatever else is coming, allowing yourself to just be open to what your superconscious wants to gift you. And feeling into where that emotion and that sensation is arising in your body and breathing into it, expanding it, becoming it now. What does it feel like to be the one who has a clear target, to be the one who is taking action no matter what? What does it feel like to be the predominant creator of your business? And breathe into that, experiencing that. Ruminating in those beautiful sensations and emotions in your body. And from there, we're going to choose the next choice. I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And just add this one on top. I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And why wouldn't you? Of course, we all choose to live a life that we love. And I invite you to go once again to a time and space in the future when it's just already done and know that you get to make this up exactly the way that you want. What are the things that would let you know that you are living a life that you love? How do you wake up in the morning? How do you spend your day? What are the things that you're doing that light up your soul? And also envisage how your business fits in and flows in this life that you love. What are all of the things that let you know that this is true? Allow yourself once again to build a full sensory experience of this end result. What are the things that you're doing? Who are the people that you're with? Where are you in the world? What are the things that you can hear? Maybe you can hear the ocean from your house. Maybe there's sounds of birds and nature. Maybe it's the sounds of applause and people cheering as you are, speaking on stage. What is it? What is a life that you love, and how does your business flow in that life? And once again, really inviting you to feel into that feeling that's pulsing in your body and breathing it, expanding it, and being that now. We're going to add our next choice. I choose the end result of health and vitality. I choose the end result of health and vitality. And witness what life is like. And go to a time and space in the future when you are completely healthy and vital. When your body, mind, and spirit is healthy and vital, when you are glowing from the inside out. Notice the things that you're choosing to do. Notice what it is that you're prioritizing. How do you start your morning in abundance and in vitality? How do you go about your day? What are the things that you're fueling your body with? How do you move? And witness that this is also a part of your business. Allow yourself to just weave in all of the ways that lets you know that it's true, that you are completely healthy and vital. How does that show up for you? What is the truth for you? And now our final choice. I choose the end result of living my true nature and purpose. And your true nature as a human is to be a creator. And your purpose is to create the things that live in your heart and create that business that is your heart's alignment, that is a physical manifestation of what it is that you're here to give the world. So I allow you to go to a time and space when you are living that, when you are sharing that golden energy from your heart out into the world. Notice who it is that you're impacting. Notice how you're doing that. Allow yourself to build a full sensory experience of what it's like to be existing and creating and running this business that is completely in alignment with your true nature and purpose. Where are you? Are you standing on stage? Are you running retreats? Do you have an in-person shop? What is it for you? Allow whatever is there to land. Get really curious. If I could just have it exactly the way that I'd love it, what would that look? Where would I be? How would my days look? Who would I be sharing this with? What is the fullest truth? If I can let my heart lead, let her be the guide, how does she want to show me this end result? What is my fullest business success vision? Asking yourself, if I could just have it exactly the way that I wanted it, how would that be? And then asking again, what else is true for me? What else lets me know that this is true? And new things may be arriving for you right now. And that is incredible. Just staying open, being curious. And when the things start arriving, I invite you, we're just on page 5, you can start using the document to write down what's coming up. And just remember, you get to make this up. And if you want to, if you start writing and you want to go back into that emotion, you just close down your eyes and connect with it and receive everything that's there for you. I'll give you a little moment to write down everything that's there. Take your time. Everyone as much time as they need. If anyone wants to share anything that came up that was new or exciting or just feels really good, feel free, no pressure. Remember, this is something that you can do as often as you desire. Debbie just popped up the meditation into the Facebook group. We highly recommend that you do that each and every day so that you are aligned with your higher self and you start in the creative orientation of being all of those things, the predominant creator, living a life that you love in true nature, in health and vitality, and living your true nature and purpose. Retreats and meditation sessions came back to me. Woohoo! Love it, Ellie. So no stress if you're still writing, but I would love when you are ready to start to like decant that, and there might be certain words that jump out at you when you were writing down, or there might be a feeling. And if you haven't learned about true choices yet, please go back to Galit's session. But basically a true end result or a true choice is something that you'd love simply because you would love it. And I can't decide what that is for you, but as I guess a little an outline, we should start as I choose the end result of, and then what is that end result? What are the words? What are the feelings that encapsulate what it is that you would just love to have? Weirdly, when you first said go into the golden space of your heart, I saw I was sitting on a golden throne, which is a powerful image. Amazing. So when we're going into that, and when we're creating our end result, and some of you may have done this last month and it might just be a refinement, but I choose the end result of, and what is it that you would just love to have in your business? I choose the end result of, I'll use one of my own choices. I choose the end result of an easy, lucrative, and fun global sisterhood of fully expressed women. And that's our choice for the Superconscious Sisterhood, because that encompasses the end result. That encompasses the emotion of what it is that we're choosing. This isn't a time to say, like, I choose the end result of a business that's going to make me a lot of money, because feel the energy in that. What it is that we're trying to do is to wordsmith a beautiful end result that allows you to tap into the energetics of what it is that you just wrote down. Holy dooly. What you just wrote down in your business success vision. So what are the things that are coming up? What are the feelings or the words that really encapsulate that description? And if anyone wants to drop some in the chat box, I am here to help out. I saw that a chat came up, and because I'm sharing my screen, chat doesn't want to come back, but that's okay. So for example, who is it that's there? What are you choosing? What is the way that you will know that you are in the end result? What is it for you? I feel like at one stage, maybe we can invite you guys to an immersion. I'm planning an immersion in the sisterhood to nail your true choices. So maybe we can invite you guys over. But this is just a place and a time to really start to refine, what are those words? How can I write this in a way that is in the elevation and the energetics of that? So when I read it each and every day, I feel that end result. All right. If everyone's done, either share your true choice or give me a 1. I'm excited. We're going to move forward. Successful podcast celebrating superconscious and spiritual work. Beautiful. I saw much energy around me falling away and clearing, a freedom of not vibing in the energy of what others may think of me. It's okay to step forward into being my highest version of me, to choose and to actually continue to be in the golden energy as my normal. Beautiful. I love that. Yeah. And then I guess it's like, and then what are you doing when you are in that golden energy? What is it that you're choosing to do when, all of those layers have fallen off and it's just you in your heart? It's like, how do you actually live as that? What is the end result of that? Feels fabulous. That's awesome. All right, my lovelies. So when you start to, oh, we've got some more chit chats. I'll read these and then we'll move forward. Oh my God, the sandflies are coming to get me. Conscious conversations. Amazing. Expansive, grounded, connected. Oh, lovely. Love the feelings. This is a beautiful little flow chart for those people who are quite visual, just to move through what it is that we want to be doing each day so that we can be in alignment. And I won't go into too much depth. If you want to have a little bit more of a play around with that, listen to Debbie's session. She goes over that a little bit more. And then when holy dooly, when you check in with that end result, and you can just close your eyes and really reconnect with that, asking yourself, what milestones are going to move me closer? When you are in the end result of that beautiful business, when you're showing up in your golden energy, when you are connecting with all of the people, when you're running those retreats and those, whatever it is, what milestones will move me closer? For example, if your true choice is an abundant business, true to my soul purpose, or for example, if my true choice is an easy, lucrative, and fun global sisterhood of fully expressed women, my milestones for this month, what are the things that are going to move me forward? Regular social media content, finalizing the free offering and start promoting that, running our next masterclass. What is it for you? And really just starting to open up and connecting into that woman that was in that end result, coming from there. And if you need to, just closing back down your eyes and going into that energetics of her and asking, what would she do this month? So give you a little moment just to come through and ask what's obvious this month. What is it that's obvious? And at the end, we are going to do a recode. We're going to do a recode really, really soon. And this is something that you can do, you know, off this call. You have access to this document. You can refine it. You can do what you need. And if you are someone that would like to play in the realm of possibilities, you can fill out both of these, or you can, whatever works best for you. Some people really like to do this. Like, for example, you know, I know that my end result is an easy, lucrative, and fun global sisterhood of fully expressed women. And then asking yourself, what could I do this month to move towards my desired reality? And when you ask yourself this question, anything goes. This isn't a time to edit or to, you know, think about what's logical or blah, blah, blah. Just ask yourself, what could I do this month to move towards my reality? This is when you play in the realm of possibilities, of could. You know, I could reach out to, I don't know, influencers to share our stuff. I could run an in-person half-day retreat. I could. Anything goes. This is not about what I will do. This is about opening yourself up and getting out of your, you know, limited logical perspective of what could I do this month to move towards my desired reality. I could post 3 times a day, every day. I could, you know, it's all of these things that are just arriving, allow them to come down. You don't have to do both. I really recommend, if you're someone that can just receive the wisdom and know what's obvious, just go straight into the milestones. If you're someone that prefers to play in the what could I do, and then when you see that list of all the things that I could do, then deciding what am I 100% committed to doing this month that are going to move me towards my desired reality, and popping them here. Reach out to the many people on my Facebook that I have not actually met and ask them what they do and share a little about me. Amazing. It's a beautiful start. Okay, my loves. And it is important to really understand how much time do I actually have this month? Because especially when we first start off in this work, it's really important to teach ourselves that we are follow through people. We are people that when we write down a committed action step, we are going to do it. So especially, like I said, when we're starting, we don't want to overload our what will I do this month to move me towards my desired reality. Because when we, you know, it can be really easy to be overwhelmed, to, you know, figure out that we're rushed or we've got blah, 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 blah. So at the beginning, sometimes less is more. Because what we want to start to teach is the things that go on our list get done. And then we start to build an identity that I'm a follow through person, and that the things that end up on this list are the things that get done. And it will be incredible for you to see what you can achieve and what action you can take when you start to be a follow through person, because it doesn't matter what gets written on the list. You just know that what gets written there gets done. And that is amazing. But what we must do first is build that relationship and build that identity to really just start to be honest. You know, for example, you might work a full-time job and you might be a mum and you might have this. And so you might have this amount of dedicated time per week for you to spend in your business. And just note that down. It's not a time to say, oh, I'm too busy, I'm not going to do anything. But it is a time to be honest with yourself, so you know where you're at, you know how much time you can dedicate to this, and then creating appropriate amount of action to get done in that time. All right, my loves, what we're going to do now is we are going to, we've already done that. We're going to move into a recode. This is the 5 steps of magic. So we all know that our 5 steps of magic is first, make a true choice, which is what we did after that that beautiful meditation. We made a true choice about what our business is for. And then I'm going to lead you through. I know we've already done a bit of a visualization, but we're going to do it again. We're going to visualize that end result, really align with the energetics of the woman who has that business that you desire. And then we're going to create the gap. Maybe I should share my screen so that you can all see what I'm talking about. So this is our 5 steps of magic. Like I said, make that true choice, align vibrationally, and then we notice our current reality in comparison to that end result. And what that does is it creates structural tension, because we need, without tension, without that pull, nothing can shift. And this might be something that can take a little while to get used to. Galit goes over this more in the first session, so please go back and listen to that if you want. After that, we start to investigate, unpack, and then we will do the recode around, you know, what's there? What are our boulders in the river of desire? What is that resistance? What are those identities, those beliefs, those things that I hold in my cells that are stopping me from, you know, having the things that I desire? And then after the recode, we'll ask that question once again, what is that obvious action? And it might be a reinforcement of what you've already unpacked. There might be something new. That's okay. Whatever's there, we must go out there and complete it. We must go out there and be the woman that we're becoming now. And it will be easier to do that because we will have let go of so much resistance around showing up. And sometimes it can also still feel a little uncomfortable, and that is okay. Because once again, like I said, we must choose to be the predominant creator of our life. We must value creating what it is that we love more than valuing staying comfortable. Who understands that? Like, who gets that? Who gets that anything that is different is going to feel uncomfortable to our unconscious? And we can recode and we can do all of that stuff as much as we want, but the truth is change is going to feel uncomfortable, and that is okay. We understand, when we understand the 3 levels of consciousness, that our feelings are just doing exactly what they're supposed to do by trying to keep us safe, by keeping us the same. But we know that when we stay the same, we're not ever going to step forward and evolve and create the things that we love. So if you're not feeling that tension, if you're not feeling that discomfort, you're probably not in true creation. Just a little truth bomb for today. All right, my loves, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We're going to jump into it. I would love for you to either read over your choice that you've written down, or just allow yourself to go there. And when you're ready, once again, closing down your eyes, taking a breath, placing your hands back on your heart, and connecting into that space, to that golden energy, taking as long as you need to come into stillness, to let go once again. And from that heart space energy, choosing it, claiming it. I choose the end result of. I choose the end result of whatever your business choice is. And you might want to say it out loud. You might want to repeat it in your mind. It might feel powerful for you to imagine that you can write it on the walls of your heart. I choose the end result of. And once you've chosen it, allow yourself once again to go to a time and space in the future when it's already done. And this might be the same visual as before. It might be a little bit different. Just allow yourself to notice, where am I when I have this incredible business that I desire? How do I spend my days? Who is it that I'm impacting? How am I impacting them? What are the things that they're saying to me? What are the platforms that I'm using to share my voice, to share my wisdom? What are all of the ways that lets me know that this is true for me? That I am living this end result of this heart-centered, aligned business that is just a physical manifestation of those things that live in my heart. What is all of the ways that let me know that it's true? And then asking yourself, can I turn up the volume? Can I make this more real, more vivid? What are the things that I can hear? What are the things that I can smell? Are there any tastes that let me know that this is true? What is a full sensory experience of me living this end result? And what's another moment in time that lets me know that this is true? And when you start to feel it, breathe into it, expand it. Allow yourself to start to become familiar with the woman who is in this end result. Noticing your energy in your body, noticing the way that you walk, notice the conviction in your voice, notice the clothes that you're wearing. Who are you in this end result? Just breathe and soak it in. And now I want you to allow yourself to slide back down your timeline, landing back in the here and the now, on your chair, listening to this call. And I want to ask you, what's life like now in comparison to that? And doing the same thing. How do I spend my days? Who am I surrounded by? What are the things that I do? Who am I impacting? Just really allowing yourself to unpack what's now like in comparison to that. Not a time to shame or judge or, get critical. It's just us unpacking the 2 points of information in the field. How do I feel now? What are the emotions that come up in my body? How do I spend my time, my days? What are all the things that are there for me right now? And now I want you to imagine that you can take a step back, and you might feel like you want to do this little activity where you put one finger out on one side and define that as your desired reality, that beautiful end result that you stepped into at the start. And on the other side, you put your current reality, where you are now, and just look at them. Taking a step back, and you can keep your eyes closed, but just detaching from both of those, just allowing them to be 2 points in the field. And witnessing that here on one end of your river is where you are, and at the other end of the river is where you desire to go, and start to witness everything that's in the road. All of the boulders, all of the sticks, all of the logs that are stopping that flow of the river of desire, and just witnessing how much resistance is there. Is your water flowing easily? Is it just going and you're just flowing with ease to your end result? If that's the case, then your resistance is down near a 0 or a 1. Or does it feel like there's so many things in the way? It feels like you can't move at all. If that's the case, then your resistance is around a 10. And if you want, you can write down your resistance number or drop it in the chat box. Just take a mental note of what it is. And I want to start asking you some questions. What is it that you believe about yourself now as to why you can't have what it is that you want? And you can just allow these to bubble up in your mind, or if you want to, you're more than welcome to start dropping them into the chat box. What do you believe about yourself? Maybe that you're not capable of doing what you need to do. Maybe you believe that you don't know enough to do that. Maybe you believe that you don't understand how. I'm not smart enough. Yeah, beautiful. Maybe you believe that it's not safe to have that type of impact or money, or who am I to think that I could even be that? What are the things that start to creep into your mind when you come back to the now and you look at that end result? It's unrealistic. It's just a dream. That happens to people who are special, but not to me. What are the beliefs that you believe about yourself? And then asking, what do you believe about people that have it? What do you believe about the things that they might have had to have done? Maybe you think that they had to, suck up to certain people or sacrifice the time with their kids, or maybe you believe that they were born rich. What is it that you believe about others who have the things that you want? And then what do you believe about the world? The world is unfair. The world doesn't value people like me. The world is corrupt. You have to do certain things to get ahead in this world. What is it? Just allowing yourself to really unpack everything that's there. And getting curious about those things that your parents said around the dinner table that are really coming up at the moment. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard and sacrifice to get ahead in life. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah. Everything that's there. Like an easy life isn't for us. We are this way or that way. What are the things that you witnessed your parents do or not do? That's shaping how you can show up now. And I'd love to ask you, I'd really love that. I know that you would really love to have that end result. I know that your heart is calling for you to have that end result. Yeah, the world is scary. Yeah, some fear of judgment. There's lots of emotions coming up in your body. I can feel them all already. You're doing amazing. I'd really love that end result. But what happens after the but? What comes up? I'd really love to have that end result, but just allowing what's there to come up. When you're ready, you can just leave the chat box alone for now. Close back down your eyes, choosing to give me permission to connect to your superconscious, choosing to get the most out of this process, choosing to just let go and redecide, to realign with the woman, with the version of you that has what it is that you desire. Superconscious, are you there? All right, Superconscious, can you see all of the end results of those on this call and also those who are watching the replay? Beautiful. Please create the perfect treatment plan for this session. Please bring up all of the resistance into the active experience, doing a massive change history and everything that's needed. Superconscious, I'm getting this image of like just a big wall, and that everything that is desired exists on the other side of the wall. And there's like a little peephole and you can see it and you can know it's there, but there's just Superconscious. Let's start chipping away at this wall. This wall is a manifestation of all of the beliefs and all of the events that have happened. All right, Superconscious, let's tag and treat the belief that I'm not capable. I'm not capable of overcoming my past. I'm not capable of being a leader. I'm not capable of moving forward. I'm not capable of forgiving people and myself for past actions. Superconscious, can you see that slowly we are starting to break down this wall? Okay, amazing. What's next in this wall? Please tag and treat the belief that it's easier to just stay the same. Tag and treat this notion that if I can just be more grateful, if I can just focus on the good now, I don't need more. Please tag and treat all the resistance to asking for more, for desiring more. There's a lot of emotion around that, around it's selfish. It's Oh, okay. There's a fear of like becoming a brat. You can see there's an original event, Superconscious. Do you see that original event? It's in this timeline. An event between masculine, a dad figure. Yeah, it's like only brats ask for more. Only, oh, tag and treat that. Tag and treat that heartbreak and the sadness and yeah, it's like a shattering of the heart and a disconnection from truth, because the decision that was made in that event was that I must just water down my truth. I must not ask for my full level because I don't want to be perceived, because it's not acceptable. Oh. All right, there's more layers to that. Superconscious, continue to tag and treat this resistance in the heart space. Tag and treat that I should be seen and not heard. Tag and treat the associated resistance and blockages in the throat chakra and also in the solar plexus. Superconscious, do a complete energy upgrade and alignment in all chakra systems, reinforcing and reestablishing that grounded root chakra, tagging and treating up, 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 and once again tagging and treating the crown and establishing that flowing and easy connection to superconscious, to source consciousness, to wisdom, to insight, to information. Superconscious doing a scan from superconscious realm down to Mother Earth realm. Yeah, cool. Oh. Superconscious, please tag and treat all fear. Fear of judgment. Fear of getting it wrong. Fear of if I jump over this wall, I won't know who I am. The fear of if I jump over this wall, I have to let people go. Fear of what if I fall? Fear of what if I fail? There's just a massive fear of the unknown. Tag and treat. And just reinforce on all levels of consciousness that what is known is the end result. And what is known is that this journey is your soul's truth. And that you are aligned and supported every step of the way. Superconscious, please tag and treat the overthinker, the wounded inner child. Tag and treat the martyr, especially around motherhood. Please tag and treat the self-sacrificer, the one that puts her desires and especially action towards your business, you put that last. It's like, oh, well, once I've done this and once I've done that and once the kids are happy and once and then tag and treat. Tag and treat that part that chooses comfort and chooses leisure and chooses, and when I say that, I mean like watching movies or scrolling on your phone over taking aligned action, and reinforcing once again that there is nothing more important. There is nothing more you time than taking the aligned action and creating a life that you don't have to escape from. Tag and treat all resistance to taking the aligned action. Tag and treat the fear of what people think. It's a big, okay, tag and treat that suffering contract and that familiar contract, that family contract with, that's not how we do it. Like there's a big fear around not belonging to family. There's a suffering contract of life just is hard and work just is hard and we just do it because that's how life is. Find that original event that created that belief and just go back in the timeline superconscious to just before that was taken on as your own and reconnect to the expansiveness and the openness and the all possibilities that were there before that decision was made. Yeah, cool. Connect into that and now project that truth back up through the timeline, tagging and treating all subsequent events, tagging and treating all body systems and cellular and DNA and all beliefs that need to be up leveled and realigned to just stay in the truth that you are here to live your heart's fullest expression. Tag and treat the resistance to that statement. Once again, tagging and treating the tension and the resistance in the heart space, especially grief. Tag fear again, treat fear. There's this underlying, but what if? Okay, superconscious, I see there's a desire to understand how. Superconscious, tag and treat the logical aspects that are trying to override superconscious wisdom with how. And surrendering to creative process, surrendering to not knowing, and tagging and treating the resistance to not knowing. Continue to tag and treat until that trust and understanding and belief in true creation is restored. Superconscious, please tag and treat all body systems. Tag and treat the reproductive system, any stuck, stagnant, or lower vibrational energy in the womb, ovaries. Tag and treat the digestive tract, the lungs, the heart, the brain. Tag and treat the tension in the neck, the chest, and the upper back. All right. Taking a moment, keeping your eyes closed, just allow yourself to go once again to the end result. I choose the end result of, and go there now. Be her now. See through her eyes, walk around on her feet, experience life like you just are living it now. Taking it in and noticing that things might be a little bit different. They might be a little bit more bright. There might be new things that have opened up. Superconscious, tag and treat any remaining resistance to just being this now, to having this now. Tag and treat that part that doesn't think that it's true. Do a parts integration and allow that part to come on board. Okay. Superconscious, please ground all the memories that we've touched today back into the matrix of the universe and back into this physical being. And from this place, from being her now, breathe into her, be her. Ask yourself if there's any other wisdom, any other action steps, anything else that's obvious that must happen this month for you to move. And just allow yourself to receive what's there. Then you can come back. And if you want, you can share. And if anything that arrived felt abstract, that's okay. Asking yourself, what does that mean to me? What does that mean to me? How was that for everybody? Super, super, super aware of the time, my lovelies. So I am not going to keep you for much longer at all. I just want to let you know that for a short time longer, we are offering access to the sisterhood, to the Superconscious Sisterhood, where we have super potent. Thank you, Bron. Beautiful. Thank you for your feedback. We're offering access to the sisterhood just for you guys for $777, and that's for a year. We have 3 sessions a week. We have a monthly immersion. We have it's amazing. If anyone wants more information on that, I've got permission from Ali for you to reach out to her and have a chat to her. It was deep, it was clearing, amazing. Yeah, there was a lot going on there. It does still feel like we're still shifting. So allow yourself to process and take as long as it needs. And yeah, it will all ground in when it does. So I will pop this link in the chat box. And if anyone is interested in coming and joining the sisterhood, I know some of you beautiful Soul X women are already in the sisterhood and absolutely loving it. Feel free to reach out, like I said, to Ali, have a chat. If you want, send me a message. This isn't a forever offer, but just for now, we are going to be offering you guys access to our epic container for a discounted price. We've just raised our prices to $9.99. So yeah, if you are thinking about it, please send us a message and I would be so honored to chat to you more. As I said, I am aware of the time, so I don't want to keep you here and have a full sales pitch. But my loves, thank you so much for spending this last, holy dooly, the sandflies are crazy here right now. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I love you guys so much and I appreciate everything. And I will see you. Well, I don't think it'll be me, but someone will see you next Saturday or Friday, the last Friday or Saturday of your month, depending where you are in the world. All right, my loves. Thank you so much. Bye.